Ryan, good morning. It's me, Chris Ryan here, creator and founder of Canadian Mustard Week, to bring you some very non-mustard related, thoughts this morning. Today I'm going to talk about a little bit of music. Now, Canadian Mustard Week is very music heavy. It's pretty much a music festival, essentially. There's a lot of mustard going on, but we have music at every event. So I'd like to share with you guys some of my thoughts on music periodically, throughout the year leading up to and around Canadian Mustard Week. So today I want to talk about a very important thing, the triplet, 1, 2, 3. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's fine. You can continue on trying to pay attention, maybe learn something. Research it yourself, use the internet. There's all kinds of information out there, blogs, vlogs, things like this. And if you do know what I'm talking about, maybe you can share your opinions, thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about the triplet, 1, 2, 3. Lately, I can't help but notice, and a lot of people have, the triplet is occurring in a lot of music, and it's bothersome to a lot of people. I, for one, have always been a big supporter and endorser of the movement towards using triplet on a vocal level, especially. In rap music is really first where it came, and like all things, black people pretty much do, it gets kind of misused and dragged through the Hollywood filter, and unfortunately reappropriated and regurgitated back into some cheap, shitty form of some 20-year-old dink just going over a non-rap song. So, meanwhile, you get a lot of people out here complaining, the typical old head complaint where they're like, oh, I hate mumble rap, blah, blah, blah. And that's a whole other topic altogether. But I will tell you this, that I have been a big supporter of quote-unquote mumble rap because it's bringing back the melodic aspect of rap. It's got a better dance tempo most of the time rather than your boom bap 90s Tribe Called Quest feel. I know everyone loves Dilla's sick beats, which I also love, but please let the man rest in peace, for Christ's sake. Anyways, all I will say on that, going back to the triplet, is that it has reached a boiling point. What we do in the music industry and what happens generally in most corporate situations, and what a lot of people do is they will find something that's marketable and they will just beat it to death and just run it through the ringers till it's of no use anymore. Now, the triplet is a perfect example because, as I said, I'm hearing it everywhere. Ariana Grande is doing triplets. She's rapping triplets. I mean, that's fine. All due respect, do your thing. You're allowed. You have the right to play whatever rhythm you like. However, it has gotten to the point where it's just too much. It's in everything, and it's not really special anymore. It doesn't really give it its thing, and it's also kind of corny because it's a typical thing. It's like you didn't figure out using triplets on your own. Somebody else had to do it. Probably some rappers first. You had to wait a little while till it became culturally cool enough and Instagrammable, and then you're like, okay, I can do it without being scrutinized for being an original thinker, which is totally what happens. It will happen with bare ankles, motherfuckers. I've been rocking ankles, cuffing pants for practical reasons only for a number of years. I live in the harsh Canadian winter. I was homeless for 6 months. I had to cuff them pants, boy, or I was going into houses with wet ankles. That's not happening. But people gotta wait till enough people do it. The Kardashians might have done it, somebody else, and boom, here we go, we're rolling. Nobody fucking even buys socks anymore. Sock sales have probably fucking plummeted insanely, and I don't even want to look into that number. I would be disturbed. I still wear socks. I wear leggings and socks. I'm warm, but I cuff them jeans, or pants rather. Sorry, I quit jeans. Those of you may know. Anyways, getting back onto my point about the triplets, it's now, once it got the pass and everyone's like, oh, we like, Future, and we like Travis Scott. So now we, the shitty indie disposable artists, we're going to start doing triplets now too, because we're not going to get pinned for being original thinkers and maybe like ruffling some feathers, because we wouldn't want to do that. God forbid somebody doesn't like us or criticizes us for trying something out, So Uh, so again, you turn on the radio now, you're hearing it everywhere. Every fucking song sounds like, a Xanax come down, and, shout out Xanax, do your thing, make your cash, do your drugs. But, I mean, it's just gotten a little bit unbearable to the point where, yeah, it doesn't really mean the same thing anymore. It's been devalued. It's been devalued and disrespected and, quite frankly, beaten to death and just dragged through the fucking trenches of musical hell. And for that reason, I myself off the triplets. I always did too many anyways, but I'm fucking weird and crazy, so like whatever. And I'm always, I don't really think that far ahead, especially when I'm playing music. So yeah, the triplet will come out. It's like one of two rhythms. You're either gonna play 2 beats or 3 beats, two, sort of. Anyways, we'll talk about 5s later in my upcoming drum tutorials. But that being said, me off the triplets. Triplets are not happening. You got me on a gig, you're not going to hear a single triplet. If you come to the Jazz Hands event, the poker jazz parties that I throw, there will be no triplets allowed. All duplets will be allowed when songs are counted in 12/8. There will be no swing numbers. All swing numbers will be counted in 12/8. It's very important that, we create a safe environment for new ideas, and I just really, it's a little triggering, to be honest, when I hear you know what I mean? Like, let's talk even for a second about the Ariana Grande track where the fucking bitch just comes through, and I'm like, I know it's maybe not her choice, but I'm still calling her a fucking bitch because it's mean, and those are really shocking words to hear, and I'm trying to get hits. So anyways, this little fucking bitch Ariana Grande comes through and just hops on a John Coltrane number. And that's when I knew it was really, that's when I knew we were getting there, to a couple places. That one place that's what I was like, okay, it's done, it's dead. We've literally just taken one of the greats and reappropriated, one of his biggest numbers for one, and also that rhythm is just a triplet. It's some basic ass shit. No offense, John Coltrane, rest in peace, my brother. But he was just doing a number, right? And now they come through, they're like, oh, geez, this is gonna be fantastic. We don't have to pay any money, probably. Like, there's probably no royalties going to the Coltrane family, And she's talking about being rich, and the plight of poor jazz musicians of that era and John Coltrane's struggle. Like, the whole thing makes me fucking puke in my mouth, to be honest with you. Ariana Grande is growing on me a little bit, and I'm not here to talk about her. I'm here more or less to stick with that rhythm, as we all know, is the triplet, the va-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The thing that drives men in their 30s crazy when they hear it, because they want to hear Gangstar or fucking Nas or whatever the fuck people listen to that are old and crusty and boring and unable to absorb new ideas into their musical sphere. And that's a lot of you out there, for sure. I know, because I played gigs with you and I talked to you guys. And so anyways, on that note, I am having Jazz Hands tonight at my house. If you know where it is, you can come through. Not going to post publicly the address, just because, feds are out here. And I hope everyone comes through. They bring their horns, they bring their mouthpieces, and just keep in mind, like, just have a little bit of respect for the different people that are going to be at the party, and understand that rhythm can be a little triggering to some, especially, some of the old heads, or even some of the new heads like myself, where it means a whole other thing. That's not really important. It's just, for a little while, till the dust settles, till we figure out some new rhythms, till we start learning to play 5 against 4. Or maybe just going back to the 8th note. Like, I don't even really understand why there's a lot of controversy about the triplet in the rap world, because it's just, ultimately, for years we were just doing 8th note rhythms. So all of a sudden we switched up. No one was complaining back then that we didn't do any triplets. It was just 8th notes. So, I mean, that's fine. I don't have a problem with the triplet being used. It's been overused, reappropriated, beaten to death. And again, there was that little waiting period where people waited. It started in rap music. People waited a little while. They're like, oh, I don't want to associate myself too much yet in case I get called out for being either A, original, or B, just, I don't want to be associated with that culture. I got to be careful. And then once, someone goes on Ellen or Jimmy Fallon, everyone's like, oh, okay, we can rip it off now and exploit it and make more money, than the people who originated it. And I see this all the time. Motherfuckers rip my people out here wearing shirts, not wearing shirts. Everyone knows I've been wearing and not wearing shirts since day fucking one. And I do it better. This is facts. I only speak factual things on my Facebook uploads. So keeping that in mind, I think you should really listen to what I have to say, because I pay attention to these things, because I'm an original thinker. I hit these original thoughts on a regular basis. It's actually torturing living inside of my brain, being unable to even see some of these original ideas through. And knowing that, once you do it, you do a thing, and next thing you know, other motherfuckers are, and I'm not looking for the pride or the glory, it's at all. It's more just sad to me that people have to wait for somebody else, or a whole bunch of other people who they view as in a higher position or a higher sort of, people as superior to them, and viewing them. So people find it hard to do things for themselves because they have to have something checked by someone that they view as in power compared to them, which is some fucked up base level thinking, and that goes back to serving your lords of and that's fucked up. We're not there. We're here. We're in the new millennium. Welcome. God bless you. It's not Game of Thrones. It's not the Middle Ages. Chill. Cut your beards. Keep your hair short. You might get in a street fight. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do with all these, elements of self-expression, but just cool it for a minute and just, let things settle and figure out really who you are, and try to know yourself and respect yourself. Spend a couple days alone. Think about it. Pull out your horn, the practice pad, play some eighth notes. Play some 5 against 4. It's heavy. Let's just try to figure some new things out instead of just taking everything and just fucking wearing it to the bone. Acai berries, the whole nine. There's a lot of examples out there. Today I'm trying to keep it musical. If you watch this, thank you for listening to the rant. It's very important to me to connect with you, my friends and people and potential fans, and let you know that there's more hot shit coming down the pipe for you guys, and to keep posted for Canadian Mustard Week updates. Thank you very much. Happy Sunday.